The healthcare industry is pouring billions of dollars into diagnostic AI models, yet hospitals are struggling to actually deploy them. Building an AI that acts as a diagnostician creates massive liability. Misdiagnosing a patient or recommending the wrong treatment triggers a cascade of legal and regulatory roadblocks that keep these models trapped in testing phases. Meanwhile, the actual crisis choking clinics is entirely unglamorous. It is the administrative breakdown of patient intake, lost prior authorizations, and stalled scheduling handoffs. Fixing these operational bottlenecks delivers an immediate return on investment. It removes the friction of paperwork and speeds up care delivery without touching clinical decision-making. Healthcare AI finds its most immediate value in orchestrating the operational systems that enable human care. This operational focus is the foundation of ACEmed, an external agent-to-agent, or A2A, system built to integrate directly with platforms like Prompt Opinion. Instead of relying on a single, monolithic model to handle every hospital function, the central platform consults external, highly specialized agents to execute specific administrative tasks. This tripartite governance architecture establishes the safety framework for deployment, relying on three distinct pillars. First is the orchestrator, or ATOM. This module manages the overall referral workflow, actively routing patient intake tasks to the correct administrative departments. Second is the governor. This acts as a programmatic hard stop. It enforces safety rules and physically blocks any action that violates hospital policy. Third is the logger. It transforms invisible, ephemeral API calls into a permanent HIPAA-ready audit trail. This three-part architecture allows clinics to automate complex intake logic while mathematically enforcing their compliance boundaries. Look at this network map. The baseline technical requirement is a secure communication spine. The Prompt Opinion platform connects to the ACEmed Node.js server using a JSON RPC 2.0 protocol, initiating the workflow to review a patient's referral readiness. This synthetic patient context payload contains existing clinical documentation, current authorization status, and administrative history. The ACEmed server receives this payload and executes an operational scan. It cross-references the available data against clinic requirements to identify any missing administrative prerequisites. It is searching strictly for missing paperwork, missing signatures, or incomplete histories, not for symptoms or diseases. Agent-to-agent interoperability allows hospitals to inject specialized operational intelligence precisely where it is needed without hard-coding new models directly into their electronic health records. But large language models are probabilistic and unpredictable. To counter this, a deterministic interception layer, the governor, sits directly across the primary data pathway. The governor's first rule enforces strict data privacy, scanning every payload line by line. If the system detects protected health information, the redaction protocol immediately strips out sensitive text. It also strictly prohibits clinical advice. Any payload tagged with a medical diagnosis or treatment recommendation is instantly rejected and discarded. The remaining responses are strictly scoped. Only payloads containing administrative next steps, like scheduling handoffs or missing document alerts, are allowed to pass to the final exit point. These programmatic constraints convert an unpredictable model into a deterministic tool, specifically designed to function within existing regulatory boundaries. This brings us to the logger. In a medical environment, black box decision-making is legally unacceptable. Every automated action must be trackable. To solve this, the system discards scattered, unreadable console logs. Instead, it generates a structured observability block for every single post-requested processes. Each log block captures specific tracking fields. It records the exact event ID, a unique trace ID, and a plain text preview of the original input. Crucially, the log captures a binary policy verdict, recording whether the governor passed or failed the action. For hospital administrators, this creates instant transparency. They can audit exactly who requested an action, what the system did, and why that decision was made. The logger serves as the compliance backbone, turning fleeting API calls into immutable, HIPAA-ready evidence. Multi-agent systems carry a hidden vulnerability, reliance on external APIs. When a language model experiences high demand and times out, the workflow jams. ACEmed prevents this using Safe Pipeline, a deterministic fallback mechanism designed to catch API failures and reroute data. When the LLM fails, the fallback bypasses it entirely. using programmatic keyword extraction to identify referral urgency. Based purely on those keywords, it generates a hard-coded, safe operational response. This guarantees a valid A-to-A task return, regardless of the external LLM. In clinical operations, reliability trumps intelligence. A deterministic fallback ensures that a cloud outage never crashes a hospital's scheduling workflow. We now have the complete lifecycle of a governed referral. Patient context is ingested, operationally scanned, safety filtered, logged, and successfully routed. As shown in this interface, the entire process mandates a human in the loop. The system compiles the referral readiness checklist on the left, while the terminal on the right continuously tracks policy approvals, awaiting final clinician sign-off. This setup removes the administrative friction of hunting for missing documents or verifying authorizations, freeing clinicians to focus entirely on medicine. Automation targets the administrative delays surrounding the clinician rather than the clinicians themselves. While hackathon environments prove the architecture, actual hospital deployment requires direct integration with massive proprietary databases. The immediate roadmap for ACEmed, as illustrated here, is achieving full FHIR context awareness. This establishes secure connections to pull data directly from various electronic health records. It implements sharp compatible context propagation, allowing specific patient data tokens to securely follow workflows across multiple distinct agent systems. This multi-agent coordination creates a unified, invisible operational layer running across highly fragmented healthcare networks. A sustainable future for healthcare AI relies on governed, interoperable, and human